Ukrainian armed forces landed on the left bank of the Dnipro and destroyed a tank and an armored vehicle of the occupiers. In the Kherson sector, Russian occupants conducted airstrikes on the areas of Dokomyanka and Dach yesterday, and artillery attacks on 25 settlements including Chernovy Mayak, Antonivka, Dniprovsky, Stanislav, and traditionally Kherson. This was reported by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in an early morning report published on its official Facebook page, among other things. Meanwhile, the Nazis are worried that the defense forces are allegedly forcing the Dritno River near the occupied Hola Pristan. However, this is hardly a major operation with military equipment, and the armed forces have had small enclaved in the Dnipro floodplain on the left bank of the river for a long time. And frontline volunteer Yuri Muzyagin reported on his Twitter page that our Perun bomber drone destroyed a Tu-72 tank and an armored combat vehicle of the invaders with cumulative anti-tank grenades in this area. Occupants storm and suffer losses, the situation near Svatove. Russians try to storm Ukrainian positions at the Liman and Kupiansk directions 10 times this day, including near Novoselivsk. All their attempts were stopped. According to Sergei Cherevati, the Russians were unsuccessful and suffered losses in manpower and equipment. Thus, 40 invaders were killed and 98 were wounded. Also, an enemy tank, 3 mortars, and self-propelled artillery unit, a howitzer, 2 cannons, and 3 kamikaze drones, 3 ammunition depots, and 2 trucks were destroyed. The situation near Bakhmut. Analyst sitting Deputy Ministry of Defense of Ukraine Hanna Maler noted that the armed forces of Ukraine continue their offensive on the southern flank of Bakhmut. According to her, Ukrainian troops are gradually moving forward through heavy artillery fire and mines. On the northern flank, where the Russians are trying to regain lost ground, the defense forces are repelling enemy attacks. Russian bloggers claim that as of today, the situation on the front line in Bakhmut has not changed. According to their reports, fierce fighting continues near Klishivka, 7 km southern of Bakhmut, and Berkhiv Reservoir, 7 km northwest. A prominent Russian blogger claimed that the Ukrainian forces were advancing 20 meters a day near Klishivka during the constant assaults. He claimed that the southern part of the settlement was under Ukrainian control. Another Russian propagandist claimed that small groups of Ukrainian troops were holding positions on the outskirts of Klishivka and were not attaching Russian positions in the area. Hostile sources said that Russian forces had repelled minor Ukrainian attacks on the front line near Kodyumivka, 12 km southwest of Bakhmut, and maintained control of Andriivka, 10 km southwest. The situation in Bakhmut is more dangerous than it seems for Russian troops because of the Ukrainian strategy in the offensive on the northwest and southwest flanks of Bakhmut. The National Guard destroyed a Russian rapier cannon in the Bakhmut sector. Servicemen of the Rubbish Brigade of the National Guard of Ukraine destroyed a Russian anti-tank gun rapier in the Bakhmut sector. The Minister of Internal Affairs of Ukraine, Igor Klimenko, announced this on Telegram, posting a video. "We continue to destroy enemy equipment. This time, the Rubbish National Guard Brigade worked effectively, minus the Russian anti-tank gun rapier in the Bakhmut direction," the head of the Ministry of Internal Affairs noted. According to him, over the past week in this area alone, the Rubizh Brigade destroyed more than 10 units of Russian occupants' armored vehicles.